All right, y'all, we're going to go through this really great post from Jeff McFadden. Hang on to your hats because it might be a little longer. He says, have you ever built anything, ever made anything? I mean, it takes all day to cook a turkey. I made a new door for my barn and it took me a few days. Admittedly, I'm old and slow. But think about how much stuff, human-made stuff, there is in the whole world. All the power plants, all the factories, all the cars, and all the gas stations, all the ships. Here's a pic of all the ships at sea on one particularly recent day, every single dot. Can you see all that? Here's all the jets over just one part of the US today. There has never been a day outside of world wars when new electric generation plants were not under construction somewhere in the world. Never a day since 1882. Typically, a new electric generation plant will remain in operation for at least half a century. Here's our USA's generating facilities. I'll get out of the way. Here's what powers them. See those two lines way down at the bottom? That's wind and solar. Natural gas, coal, nuclear, hydroelectric, wind, and solar. In China, India, and Indonesia, the world's three major heavy industry manufacturing nations, they're still building new coal plants. China is often advertised as the world's leading installer, adopter of wind and solar. They're still building new coal plants because demand. The accepted solution to climate change is to build anew, worldwide, a complete replacement for the entire world industrial technical infrastructure base. Immediate transition. We have been building the existing industrial infrastructure non-stop since 1900. 150 years of accumulated machinery, building and using it all over the past 150 years has raised the CO2 percentage of the atmosphere to almost double where we started. Now we're supposed to build a complete replacement for it all while reducing our emissions. What a sad tale. Yeah, one electric car can run without any direct fuel emissions. The odds are it's at least partly running on coal fire, but pretend you don't know that. What makes that imply that we can build 2 or 3 billion of them to reduce emissions? And it's going to take a lot of coal and oil and natural gas to build those cars. Worldwide, over half of the total fossil fuel burned is burned to make things, counting mining, smelting, processing, and manufacturing. Over half of what's left is burned to transport all that stuff, plus people. Remember the ships? That's the supply chain, stuff between the mine and the landfill going to factories, warehouses, consumers, and dumps. One of the things we're supposedly going to make is new all of these ships, or we're going to take farmland and grow plants to make fuel for all of them. We're allegedly going to grow crops to fuel all of these airplanes too. What a crock of horseshit. There are deniers who say there is no climate change. Everyone makes fun of them. Well, no, actually, they all make fun of us. There are deniers who say energy and physics won't keep us from building an entire new global industrial infrastructure and supply chain. They are treated with respect. The grim reality is that both kinds of deniers are living in a cloud cuckoo land. And between them, they make up probably 99% of the people in the developed world. True stat. It might be possible, to actually change our lives, slow down, reduce, de-energize, stop doing, localize, walk, manualize, shrink, all of our high-speed, high-tech lifestyles enough to significantly slow and reduce the damage we're doing to the ecosystem, including the climate. But it would require a whole different conversation without the gee whiz in the science fiction. Well, and any conversation about degrowing any economy now is met with, there is a whole industry of communicators out there trying to tell you that any kind of degrowth or deindustrialization is all an evil WEF plan. And, Klaus Schwab and all that gang, they're all psychopaths, and you're one of them if you think this is true. And number 17, with modesty, looking to learn from the ecosystem instead of thinking we can build a better one, but we ain't gonna. That's why I quit posting my how-to threads, how to do what ain't gonna happen. Waste of thumbs. Hang on to your hat. It's gonna get uglier.